Hmm. So okay, so we are going to install the virtual machine first. So we are going to install it, guys. I have a Windows 10. Currently, I don't require Windows 10. After installation of server only, I required. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down my Windows 10. So then I can increase the RAM for server for installation purpose. So then faster installation will occur. Okay, let it shut down. Then I will get a more space. Okay, so you can check in a task manager also like that. For starting, so once it is shut down, the 3.6 become 5.7. See, so like that you can manage. Now I'm going to my server. You can like it the name server, edit virtual machine settings. Just for installation only, I increasing my RAM capacity because I have available RAM is there. I change it to 4 GB. Okay, I change it to 4 GB and also check the all other settings 1 2 3 4 vmnet 1. Okay, and UEFI and this check mark. Okay, why check mark? Read it, you'll understand. Okay, so 111 and check mark 4 GB settings. Okay, important is image is inserted or not, this check mark is there or not. Okay, so like this. Okay, so I change it to 4 GB. Start the virtual machine, put it in a full screen mode, click on the screen immediately. Now it is showing boot from CD or DVD RAM and timeout also. Okay, no problem. Alt Control Insert. Guys, look at this. Boot from. Press any key to boot from CD or DVD. Press any key to boot from CD or DVD. When it is appear, immediately press enter or something. Okay. If mouse is out, like it is showing a mouse symbol like this. If it is showing like this, click inside. So keep it is inside. All control insert. All control insert. Now I'm pressing enter. Enter or space anything. You can see in the bottom of the screen. Loading files. Okay. Let it load. It will take server installation won't take much time. Okay, because server don't have a more windows like desktop applications are not there. Now it is 1024 only, 1024 into 768 mode only. So what to do? Time and currency, go to English and India. Okay, always give time zone based on location of the server. For example, I'm creating a virtual machine in New Jersey, so I have to give time zone for a New Jersey only, not for India. Okay, mission is in New Jersey. If mission is in Australia, for example, mission is in Australia, I have to give time zone and currency format based on Australia only. So like that only we have to give. Okay, if you forget to change here, you can change it later also, no problem. Okay, language, time, keyboard. Pre-installation step 1. Pre-installation step. Press the key. Next, language, time zone, keyboard. Next, click on install now. Click on install now. This is server 2019 showing here. Click on install now. So what's the time now? So, it's almost 1 o'clock, 1:08 like that. Yeah, guys, this is very important. Look at very carefully. You can see standard evolution, desktop data center evolution, data center evolution. But there is a one more is there, desktop experience. Either you select second or a fourth one only. Desktop experience means GUI mode, full screen mode you will get it. If you select this one, it is a core mode. You have to do CLI. Okay, you have to work with CLI only, or PowerShell means command prompt, PowerShell, remote server managers like that. We don't have any physical environment, multiple servers are not there here to show you how it is works. Okay, always select the last one. Okay, so what is the last one? Install full Windows graphical environment consuming extra drive space. It can be useful if you want to use Windows desktop or have apps that require what it is. If you want a desktop environment, so then you compulsory you have to select desktop experience only. For now, use data center evolution desktop experience only. If you don't like data center, you can choose standard, no problem. But to some people want to select this one, by mistake they will select this one. Some people want to select this one, by mistake they will select this one. Select last one. Select last one, fourth one. Okay, guys. Okay, fourth one. No one is telling anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't do mistakes. Last one, data center evolution desktop experience. It released in 2019. Next, you can go to license kind of stuff if you want. Then you can see the license occurred at April 2018 itself only. Okay, like this. Accept the license. Accept the license. Next, you know which one we have to select?
Yes, sir. Custom.
Custom only. Why? Because of fresh installation. Fresh installation. Custom. New. Apply. Okay. So this is the displays. It will going to split automatically like this because UEFI it is splitting one partition for recovery purpose, like any bootable files missing or corrupted like that. So what happens? Um, any bootable files are like that, it is corrupted. So what it will do, what I can I say, it will automatically try to repair from the recovery, like try to recover system and reserved. Okay, any issues are there, it will try to recover or try to repair itself only. Select the last one, partition 4. Select the last one, 59.4 GB. Okay, select the last one. Okay, if you want to create partitions, then you can delete it and you can partitions from here also, no problem. But I'm not doing partition now because I will do later. Next, installation is started. Okay, let it install, it will take little bit time. So meanwhile, I want to tell a difference between this one. Okay, up to installation completed, right? um, what is this standard and data center? Of course, one more is there, that is called essential. Essential edition is also there. In a server, you have editions are there. Okay, standard edition, data center edition, essentials, Hyper-V editions also there. Storage related editions also there. Different editions are there. So these are main operating systems. Okay, standard and data center don't have any differences. Essentials having a certain limitations. What is that? Number of users or a domain joining. Okay, number of user wise, domain joining wise, like that. So it is essential for a services. Okay, limitations, limit in a services also, certain services only it will work, all services won't work here. Okay, so that's essential, that's why we don't use this one. Data center and standard. Generally, I didn't get any textbook for 2019 and I didn't download anything. So we'll see that one later. But standard edition and data center editions, one difference is there, except that one, same thing only. It support 64 CPU sockets. Support 64 CPU sockets and 640, okay, CPU cores. What is that meaning? One socket. For example, if you take one socket, one CPU socket, one CPU socket, it means one CPU, one physical CPU. Okay, one CPU. Just for example, if you take a processor like a Xeon processor, if you take Xeon processor, it contains 10 cores, means 10 means logical processors in a single processor. Okay, it's up 64 sockets, means one motherboard having 64 socket. Then think one socket having 10 cores Xeon processor you are keeping, like 64 cores, you will get it. 4 terabyte, okay, 4 terabyte of RAM capacity. Okay, 4 terabyte RAM now, okay, 4 terabyte of RAM capacity maximum. Literal max support. At minimum, I'm telling max support. Okay, 4 terabytes of RAM, as I remember. Okay. 64 terabyte of disk space it support. Disk space is unlimited anyway, so practically unlimited disk space, and support all services. Services means all roles and features it support. All services and features it will support both. So, but what is the difference, right? The difference we need it. But what happened? Standard per core license is there. For everything is a per core license only. So per core license. So per core license we have to take, means 10 cores means 10 licenses we have to take. So per core license, two virtual machines in Hyper-V. You can run two virtual machines in Hyper-V. Data center per core license only. Everything is per core license. That's okay. Per core license, unlimited VMs can create, but at a time, at a time, okay, but at a time, 1024 VMs can run. Understand? Here we can run two VMs. Two VMs only we can run in VM environment. How many you can create? You can create, like you can create a 4, 5. You can create it. Two VMs only per core we can do it. If you want 4, then you have to take 2 licenses. This is unlimited virtual machines. You can run it. Okay. So that is the difference between these things. Essentially, you can search in a Google that what is the limitation, or otherwise I will share a test book. You can do it, and PPT is required, right? So I'll share the PPTs. So here is the PPT. Pune. Let it install. It will take time to install. First is a first PPT. Okay, first one is your first PPT. If you want, you can go to this PPT. Okay, I have a test book. This is 2016. No, 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 no. first this PPT. Okay, so what you do, go through the first PPT, then second PPT contains lot of theory, you can see it. Okay, later I will share other PPTs. The PPT is 2000. Okay, it is about to complete, guys. See, again it will go into restart anyway. Again, I got a installation is quite easy. Hmm. The environment of server 2016 and server 2019 are like a Windows 10 only. Okay, Windows 10 only. Okay, for one or two settings I will tell, like first setting, um, I will change the computer name. Okay, I will change the computer name, that's it. And next, you guys ask one question, right? That is, why not VMnet 0, why VMnet 1? Already you know VMnet 0 for internet access, VMnet 1 host only access, right? So if you are connected to internet, what happen? Again updates will come to this one. Updates. Again new updates will be released, it will get updated. Again restart is required. Again license verification, a lot of headaches are there. License is no problem because it's a 180 days evolution version. Okay. Microsoft wise or Linux wise, lot of material is available in internet. You can download from internet also. Okay, and you can write examinations based on that. Okay, so Microsoft learning dashboard or a learning, go to that one. mva.microsoft.com is there, like you can able to learn lot of things. You have to log in. Yeah, I'm already login. Okay, I'm already login. It is there. So certifications, okay, dashboard is given like this. Okay, go to dashboard. The career is like life is will keep on changing, guys. So actually I learn CCNA first, then I learn CCNA. Okay, so just 50% at least for starting. Like when I was in a college, I learn electronics things also, like a 8052, 5152, both I learn things. Okay, PLCs also I learn. PLCs also I learn. But I got a job in a PLCs, but I didn't went there because I don't know how to ride a bike. Okay, it's taking time, but I got a job based on basic electronics. Then I learned server, CCNA, everything again. But I got a again hardware, server, networking, teaching kind of stuff, Unix teaching. Keep learning, keep learning. And I got a finally in one place that is like based on Linux teaching, Linux training. But they given a chance in a server, so I learned server more, and then a certificate in a server also. Okay, so if you just keep on learning, you can go for it. Dashboard you can't access, something is showing error here. Okay, clear all cookies in private browsing and also west. So we'll see that one later. But meanwhile, my machine is came. That's why I stopped that one. First, the default, you don't need to create a user. The default built-in administrator is there. The server has built-in administrator is there. So I'm giving a username. Sorry, already username is administrator. Just I'm giving password is admin at the rate 123. Okay. So always give one or two type of passwords only. Always use one or two type of password like admin at the rate 123, Vedic at the rate 123, ABCD at the rate 123, or common password which you remember mainly for server. For starting, because you may get a little bit confused because it's a very new for most of your people. So better to give simple password. Either it is admin at the rate 123 or basic at the rate 123. Always use same passwords. One or two variations only. Okay. So again, admin at the rate 123. So I given same password, admin at the rate 123 only. Okay. Mm. Password, re-enter the password. So compulsory same. Because admin at the rate 123 is easily you can able to remember. So no doubt. And click on finish. So it will finish the settings. Let it complete itself. Okay. Next. Guys, it is showing a alt control delete to unlock. So I'm going to full screen mode. Okay, it is showing alt control delete to unlock. But if you don't type, don't go to alt control delete, go to alt control insert button is there on your screen. So alt control insert. If it is in a secondary, then you can put it. Okay, because the machine is in VMware. If your virtual machine is in Hyper-V, if your virtual machine is in Oracle VM, if your virtual machine is in VMware, so different type of alt control delete is there. Alt control delete for physical machine. Okay, alt control insert for a VMware virtual machines. Okay, alt control right control, not right side. Your control is there, no, right hand side, right control delete for a VMware workstations. Okay, like that. So things are there. Now it is showing a very small screen, low volume. So when I click on my, I'm in a, like this. You can also install VMware tools. Okay, we'll see that one, but just wait. It is showing server manager, and my server screen is very small. I have to change the background also, otherwise install the VMware. Let it open server manager for the first time. It is asking try managing server with a Windows Admin Center. With the browser based app, it is, you can use it from your physical machine or anything. So we'll see that one later. So we should understand this is a server manager, guys. Server manager. So what are you do to the server? Like you want to change something, or you want to add a role, you want to install a services, you want to manage the services. The server manager will give you the interface. Server manager is the interface to add a role, features, settings, configurations, manage everything we can do with a server manager from 2012 onwards. Okay, 2008 is also there, but 2012 onwards we have to speak from the 2012 onwards. Same window only. 2012, 12R2, 16, 2019. So this is same server manager type only. 8 has a little bit different, but 12 onwards same server manager only. And another one, this server manager not only for this server, also we can manage multiple servers from single server manager. Remote servers also we can manage from this server. So configure local server is there now. So go to local server. Option is go to local server. Go to local server. Okay, this is a computer name. It is showing some IP address here. Next, uh, other options you can see here also, like this. You can able to see time zone, Kolkata kind of stuff. Product is activated or not. Okay, if you want to access remotely using remote desktop, you have to enable remote desktop. If you want to access this server remotely with a server manager, make sure server remote management must be enabled. You want to change the firewall, then it is here is the option directly. NIC teaming, I will tell that one anyway. Okay, like this. Next, there are errors it is showing directly now. So this is a events directly it is showing. Okay, all servers means if in case if I connected to multiple servers from here, so it shows all the server information here. We can add it. Next one is manage. What is this manage? Okay, if you want to add a role or a feature, so you can go to manage, you can add it. Next, if you want to remove the added role, then you can go to remove the role or a feature. If you want to add a server, any other server running in your network, you can add the server with IP or a name. You can create a group wise also, like you are managing 10 20 servers or 5 servers for a particular organization, means particular client purpose. So you can create a group client, for example Savantis is a client, Savantis group, or a Vedic Soft group, or a Cognizant group, or HCL group, or like that. We can able to create a group. In the group multiple servers are there. This is a server manager properties. So what is this server manager properties? When you log out, log in, or restart your PC, so once you log into the machine, automatically server will open. If you don't want, you can select this one. I don't want. I do not start server manager automatically at login. Next, I didn't select it, so I unchanged it. Okay, next one is when you change some settings, or when you install some application, or maybe you change some settings, immediately it won't apply on a server manager. In server manager it won't show. So what to do? You have to click on this refresh. You have to click on this refresh to see what changes are occur. By default, every 10 minutes server manager will refresh itself. That is a 10 minutes. Okay, if you want to change, like every 1 minute you want refresh, you can change it to 1 minute also. Cancel. This is the tools, guys. These are the tools. The tools, whenever you install certain services or when you want to manage your server, these tools are helpful. Like a computer management, you can see disk cleanup, event viewer, iSCSI initiators, Azure services, print management, performance monitor, resource monitor, services, system configuration, system information, task scheduler. Okay, Windows Defender, firewall, PowerShell, server backup, these are all you can able to get it. And also we'll get a more tools by adding a roles and features. Next, view. People who are having a small letters they can't able to see, they can increase like this. See, now it is showing a very big letters, right? Like that. Okay, people don't like it, then they can very small also, like this. We can increase the size. Zoom in, zoom out also there. Help. Help is like you want to go with what is our server manager, other help kind of stuff. If you are having a internet to the server, no problem, you can connect to the internet to server. Okay, so initially, and then we can go to the browser and we can able to view the things. What is this flag symbol? The flag symbol represent notification. The flag is notification, like some warning is generated, error is generated, or maybe refresh is completed, installation is done, or a pending installation, pending things are there, so then it will show. So this is thing. So always keep it in a local server for now. So then if you want to change anything, you can change it. So guys, here I'm going to change two things. First of all, I'm going to install VMware tools. Second, I'm going to change the name only. I'm not changing the IP address now. Tomorrow I will show you how to change the IP address, and we'll change the IP address also. The first one is VMware tools I'm going to install because I want good full screen mode. I can't work with the small screens. I need more comfortable one. You can install applications in a also in a servers. So notification should be generated, not generating. Yeah, yeah, we got a notification. Click on that one. Setup 64. Okay. So already I told this is a 64-bit only. So people who are not having virtualization facility or 32-bit people cannot run it. So what you do when you are want to practice instantly? So ask me. I will share my physical machine. Okay. Next, click on complete. Click on complete. Next, install. VMware tools only we can able to install in a depends upon your operating system and VMware version also. Okay. I think you already understand why we are installing VMware tools like the integrating with your physical machine to virtual machine, the screen size, drivers understanding, keyboard, mouse integration, drag and drops. Okay, from your physical machine to virtual machines like that. Yes, see, it is. I got a full screen. Okay. After installation, it is asking for a restart now. Okay, so um, finish. It is asking for a restart now, right? What I will do, okay, I'm click on new, no, I'm clicking on a no. Okay, I click on no. I'm going to shut down this one. So close everything whatever you open. Okay, so I'm closing the server manager. I'm closing whatever it is showing here. It is, I closed it. I'm going to shut down. Okay, just shut down. Okay, tomorrow we'll see how to change the name and all thing kind of stuff. Okay, so just for today I installed it because it's already 1:30. I think a lot of people still hungry, and I don't know how many people are alive also. Okay, tomorrow we'll see the domain control installations and all. Okay, if you want to install domain control and all, I have a previous videos you can view from there. Okay, okay, I shut down. After shutting down, what I do, I will change my RAM also. Why I shut down? That's why I'm shut down. So I will keep 2 GB RAM. 2 GB is enough. Okay. Earlier it is 4 GB for installation purpose only. Now I change it to 2 GB. Click OK. So I change it to 2 GB only. Okay. So like that. If you install with a 2 GB only means okay, you can keep it no problem. Guys, why 2 GB? This is a server and this is client. I have to run both the machines at a time. It means this will occupy 2 GB, this will occupy 2 GB. It means 4 GB from my physical RAM. If I keep this one as a 4 GB, 4 plus 2, 6 GB. So more RAM consumption, right? So I don't have that much of RAM now. So we can do it. Okay. Guys, other people who are unable to for 64-bit people, I will share my desktop, not this desktop, not this laptop. So I will share another one. Okay. So inform me that one.